Welcome to Lesson 4. Today's topic is the Revisionist Western. So what are the shortcomings of the Western? What are the limitations of villainy and heroism? So a lot of the Westerns we've watched so far have been kind of black and white in a lot of their portrayals, both literally and figuratively. The Searchers is an exception. So the revisionist Western is a trend beginning in the 1970s in the post-Vietnam era, and that had big changes for a lot of cinema. And this is after the Western film's heyday. So Westerns were being created less frequently by this time, but they were definitely getting a different spin. So the revisionist Western attempts to redress issues of racism, sexism, and romanticism in the Western, all of which we've seen. That's kind of what the Western has really been about. So Native Americans are actually given voices and get to be real characters, many times even played by Native Americans, wonder of all wonders. Women are actually given active roles, and the heroes and villains are made more human. So the heroes aren't quite as heroic, and the villains aren't quite as villainous. So examples of this are the outlaw Josie Wales, McCabe and Mrs. Miller, Heaven's Gate, the famous movie flop, but also quite a good revisionist Western, and also Unforgiven. And the film we're going to be watching for this lesson is actually what I refer to as an Eastern, because of the fact that it isn't actually set in the West. So Last of the Mohicans, which is a revisionist Western from 1992, written and directed by Michael Mann, and based on the James Fenimore Cooper novel from 1826, and we mentioned that before, The Leatherstocking Tales. Michael Mann, on the other hand, likes to radically rewrite his source material, so this is very, very different from the Cooper novel in a lot of respects. So this is set a lot earlier than most Westerns. So it's set during the 1750s, and we talked about how the Western is usually set around 1870s, 1880s. So this is way before that, and it's set during the French and Indian War, and it's actually set on closer to the East Coast than the West. And it offers a different look at the American frontier because it's in a different place, and also the relationships and alliances between settlers, soldiers, and indigenous peoples, and how complex and fragile they can be. So all of these different groups of people are coming into conflict and building up friendships and alliances, and they end up changing quite frequently, as we will see.